I'm Mark Joly. I'm a psychic, a modern-day oracle.
You have a question you'd like to start with?
Although I've been blind since birth, I have the ability to see things that others cannot. When I touch somebody's hand, I get flashes of their past, present, and future. I've teamed up with one of North America's most talented mediums.
I'm Laura Warren. I've been communicating with spirits since I was a child. As a professional psychic medium, I act as a conduit between the living and the dead.
Laura and I are on the road, putting our psychic skills to the test, investigating paranormal mysteries in some of the oldest places in North America. While we tap into our psychic ability to solve the case, outside experts use logic and science in effort to debunk the supernatural.
It's a dead zone.
I did not find anything that could be interpreted as ghosts.
In the end, it's up to you to decide, is this place haunted or not? Sight Seers.
Okay, Mark, we're in Lunenburg, Nova Scotia.
I've been looking forward to this place.
This town is full of history. The buildings are quite old. It's almost like stepping back in time. And I know just pulling in, I was feeling such a strong reaction to the energy here and the psychic energy here.
I get the sense that there's more spirits living in this town than there are people. And I understand that we're going to visit a haunted inn.
Hi, I'm Judy Rodden, and my husband and I bought the Boscawen Inn in 2012. When we found out that there was also a ghost story to the inn, we were intrigued. The town folk all came to me and said, you know, don't be messing with Edna's house. She'll come out if she doesn't like you.
My name is Frida Martin. I've worked at the Boscawen for 23 years. You could be standing in the kitchen and all of a sudden the two swinging doors would just fly open. And this flame went on the stove. And I thought, how did that happen? The cabinet doors flew open and 3 side plates flew right out. And I heard one of the housekeepers go screaming. And she said, oh my goodness, she said the rocking chair was just rocking and rocking. We heard the piano playing and I went out to look and you could see the keys moving on the piano, but of course there was nobody there.
I was really hoping to validate all the rumors and all the folklore that people had been telling me, see if they were true.
Well, here we are at the Boscawen Inn. Very big.
Very big, of course. Very old, I'm sure.
Lots of rooms to go into, and I'm sure we'll have a lot here to look at.
I can't wait.
Welcome, Laura, Mark.
Hi.
We're so excited to be here. As I understand it, we're here to investigate some unusual occurrences.
Come on up. The inn was built in 1888 by a father for his daughter for her wedding day. Here's a picture of Edna Kalbach. This mansion is a gorgeous Queen Anne. They did not spare any money in building this. There's 8 fireplaces in the inn, and you can so picture the dining room and the living room being just as it was way back in 1888. Edna, she was never very happy in her marriage, and he was not really a good man, and he was a bit of a gambler, and one day he gambled the whole house away. Okay, so this is room 202. There's been quite a few stories of things that have happened in this room, and the one that is repeated is about the rocking chair. 2 different housekeepers on different occasions have told me it was rocking, and they went over to stop it from rocking, and then it was ice to touch. Yes.
And did it continue rocking after they touched it?
She couldn't stop the chair from rocking at all.
That's really significant. Could you tell us about the history of this room?
You can tell that this was one of the original bedrooms, and Edna probably, this was one of her rooms.
So she would have spent a fair amount of time in here. I really feel like we're gonna have to come back here and really connect with the energies and connect with spirit and see what's happening.
Okay.
Can you show us to the next space?
Yes, just through here. So this is room 303. It's the decision-making room is what I call it, because it's here that my husband and I decided to buy the inn.
Okay.
We stood by the window and we just had this overwhelming thing that said, buy the inn. And so, yeah.
It sounds like a lot of things happen here. Can you tell us about the activity?
The most recent one, actually, was two women were traveling together. The one said, why aren't you in that glowing, lovely gown you had on last night? And she goes, what do you mean? I always wear boxers and a T-shirt to bed. And she said, no, last night when you were trying to open the window, I stared at you and it was such a beautiful gown. And then you went to your bed and you crawled in. And she goes, well, that's really weird because I felt like someone got into bed with me.
Wow.
Yeah. There's been lots and lots of activity in this room, yes.
There was no question in my mind that the Boscawen Inn was haunted. I felt the whole time that I was being watched. It wasn't trying to figure out whether it was haunted, it was more so figure out who's haunting it.
So Mark, I really wanted to come to the graveyard. I heard that Edna was buried here. I kind of have a little bit of an idea because I was told it was near a crypt, and there is one here. I think this is it, actually. So here we have Edna Havelock Rudolph. It looks like she passed in 1931. It's really hard to read. All the lettering is covered with lichen and moss.
It's a good long life.
I thought if we came here anyway, we might get a little bit more feeling and connection with her. Maybe get a little bit more information about what's happening at the inn.
Yes.
If you put your hand on the tombstone as well.
Oh, she's not here. I see the image of the inn. I see her walking the empty halls of the inn.
It's funny because it almost feels like she's saying, like, I couldn't have it in life, so I want to have it in my death.
Yes, and my sense that I get is that her only regret is that she wished she could spend more time there. Sight Seers. Laura and I are investigating a haunting at the historic Boscawen Inn. I have a hunch the symbols I see in Frida Martin's hands might be the key to unlocking this mystery. Frida, I understand that you're here at the inn for many, many years and you've got lots of experiences.
Yes, I have.
When I touch your hands, I'm going to see images. Just a moment. I use eucalyptus oil to help tap into my psychic senses. I'm seeing, let's say, like a dark, stormy night or a very stormy day. And I hear the ringing of a bell. There was something that happened.
Yes, it was quite a really, really bad thunder and lightning storm, terrific winds and that. And I was sitting at the desk in the office, and all of a sudden the fire alarm went off. Fire department was coming in the door. Fireman said he wasn't allowed in the room unless I opened the door, and we couldn't get the door open. There was such a force of wind. And when we finally did get the door pushed open, one of the window panes had blown out.
Okay.
And it landed on the table and didn't even break.
My sense is that something would have gone on in that day, all right, that Edna probably wasn't very happy about, and that was her expressing her dissatisfaction.
Right.
It wasn't dissatisfaction with you, but there was probably something going on that she wanted to get that message across. You were very focused on your work. You wanted to get your job done properly, and it seems like the person overseeing you was Edna. I believe that you were here for such a long time because you pleased Edna. You were doing the things that she wanted you to do. You're doing it properly. So I'm seeing a symbol, and the symbol says, "I'm not moving." I do believe that that's Edna saying that I am here now, I've been here before, and I'm going to be here in the future. Laura and I focus our investigation on the room where Edna spent most of her time.
This room is something. Oh yeah, this is like There's a lot going on in here. I almost feel like I came into like a wall.
Yes, exactly.
Like this is private.
I believe that like her spirit is right in this room, not just the whole house, but this sort of focal point.
Walking into room 202, I felt a barrier that would be described sort of as an energy barrier. So almost like I was walking into the feeling of somebody's private quarters that I wasn't allowed in there and I wasn't allowed to see. Oh my goodness, yes, I have to sit in the chair.
So now you're in the focal point, and what are you feeling?
I'm vibrating head to toe myself, and I have goosebumps. So I'm gonna just take a minute and ground myself, meaning I'm gonna connect with some, solid earth energy so I don't fly away. And I'm gonna connect with her. So you just wanna give me just a second, and then I will share whatever she has to say. It's hard not to be emotional because she's had such a life. She said that this was the room that she looked after her babies and rocked them in the rocking chair to comfort them. All her happiness in her life was in those moments with her infants. And then everything else around her feels hard and unwilling or unbending. It just feels like everything's rigid and terrible almost. She worked very hard to maintain an image and standing in the community, and it just was tore down all at once by him. So I feel her with her children in this room, and just this definitely is a place where she still visits to remember those happy times. She's not trying to scare anybody.
My sense is Edna wasn't trying to scare anybody. Edna was going to have her presence, and she was not going to be put on the back burner. She was going to do exactly what she wanted to do, whether it scared people or not. Sight Seers. Laura and I are investigating a haunting at the historic Boscawen Inn. I'm sensing the spirit of the original owner could be responsible for the paranormal activity, but I'm open to other interpretations.
I'm Daryl Walsh. I'm a paranormal analyst, and I've been called down to Lunenburg, Nova Scotia, to the wonderful Boscawen Inn. I'm hoping to perhaps find a ghost or two. There have been lots of reports of hauntings and supernatural events, and maybe I can provide some context to the owners about whether or not any of that is true, or whether it just happens to be the usual folklore. The first one was in the dining room. This is the china cabinet where the doors apparently flew open and china came flying out. I found the doors were not very tight. They could have very easily been opened. And also the dishes, if they had been improperly packed in that china cabinet, would also come out as well as soon as the doors opened.
They'd have to be pretty packed solid for that to have happened.
But I don't think there was anything particularly supernatural about that. It's more reminiscent of a poltergeist effect. So I would probably write that one off to being just a heavy truck going down the road or an earth tremor or something like that. The second place I went to was a room upstairs where there's a supposedly haunted rocking chair. It is very, very easily moved.
The Boscawen Inn has a deep, rich story to it. So if you're working there, you're primed to believe that perhaps Edna still has some presence there.
There were reports of a smell of perfume from time to time.
The sense of smell, especially of something you haven't smelled, maybe even 40 years, brings back memories. The smell of old cologne would have triggered, I think, in many people that worked there or might have stayed there that knew the story of Edna, the idea that they were smelling Edna. Perhaps Edna was still around.
Next, I went on to what I felt was the most exciting report of a possible supernatural occurrence here. Various tourists have reported that they believe they've seen a woman dressed in white standing by the window as they've awoken in the middle of the night. In that room, I used my electromagnetic field meter. And what that does is see if there's any extraneous electrical fields that could be in susceptible people causing hallucinations. I went every inch through that room and could not find a thing except for the brand new air conditioner unit up on the wall, far away from where the people were sleeping.
That's not unexpected.
So I expected that reading, but there was nothing near where any of the people who have woken up and thought they've seen a figure or felt a presence.
No, nothing here. It's a dead zone.
Therefore, I'm going to have to fall back onto biology.
Perhaps it was a waking dream. They're separate from sleep paralysis. It's just the fact that you wake up and the dream is still ongoing, even though you are almost fully awake.
Hallucinations, essentially. I would say it's almost certainly it'd be psychobiology and not a ghost. There's no other indications whatsoever of anything paranormal in that room.
Nope. Not a thing.
So to wrap up, I'd say if I had to give it on a scale of 1 to 10 about whether it's haunted or not, 0. I'm afraid. As much as I'd like to have that rocking chair be haunted.
So one of the signs that Edna's near is the smell of perfume or cologne.
Would be sitting at the desk, and the smell of perfume would come, and then it would go, and it came, and the third time it came, oh, it was such a terrible, strong smell that it went right back my throat, and I said, oh my goodness, Edna, I said, you've got to change your perfume.
Edna's spirit, it's not that she's doused in cologne, it's that the vibration or the energy from that scent has followed her to the spirit world. So when she comes forward, it's one of her signals that she's there.
While Laura and I look to the spirit world for answers, another member of the investigation team takes a more down-to-earth approach.
Hi, my name's Rick Sr., and I'm a home inspector here in the South Shore of Nova Scotia. And today we're going to have a look at the Boscawen Inn. I inspect many old homes. As of yet, I haven't seen anything that's unusual, but I always like to keep an open mind. I went to the office first, where there's been reports of a unusual scent. I wonder if this fireplace is connected to the one upstairs. The fireplace in room 202, directly above the office, may be connected, and perhaps the smell from room 202 is migrating down to the office. Now, this fireplace looks like it's attached to the one in the office below. There had also been reports of a rocking chair that moved on its own. The window behind the rocking chair is 100 years old and very leaky. It was also reported that the chair was ice cold when touched. It is my opinion that the ice cold rocking chair is a direct result of a draft from the window and not paranormal activity. It had also been reported that the swinging doors that enter the kitchen are moving on their own. I believe this to be the result of air movement through the building, and it does not sound to me like it is anything paranormal. I inspected the stove, which has been reported to spontaneously ignite. I found no reason why the stove should ignite on its own. Some of the things that have been reported, although unusual, I really couldn't say whether or not it's a ghost or just natural phenomena.
Sight Seers. With the investigation complete, Laura and I sit down with the inn's current owner, Judy Rodden, to present our findings. So Judy, I'd like to thank you very much for inviting Laura and I in to do our investigation. It's really been an experience. I read Frida, and I could see that she believed that she saw the things that she did. We believe that the spirit of Edna is still in this house.
So you think it's Edna?
Yes, we believe it's Edna. And especially because we're able to, when we've gone into the areas of the house that was Edna's, this is where we were feeling all the different phenomena coming together.
Awesome. Oh, that's really good for me, so I can still blame it on Edna when I lose my keys.
Absolutely, yes, for certain.
Edna came through from spirit very strongly. There's such a deep connection. She feels like very connected to you. And she, I think it's the level of respect that you've paid her home that really makes her feel at ease for you as an owner and having you here. And she loves your family. And loves,
you gave me all teary-eyed.
She loves the kids running around, and it makes her so happy. This was one of the best times in her life to have her children here. Okay. And so having you here, it just really makes her feel good. Time with her children was the most important thing for her. So us, in our physical life, we believe we're making decisions all on our own, but I feel like she had something to do with helping you decide to buy this inn.
I always felt like that, but it feels really nice to have you confirm it.
And I think we can all relate to that feeling of wanting to leave a legacy behind, and this is hers. So she just wants it to be a certain way.
Our investigation has resulted in a couple of theories on what's been happening at the Boscawen Inn. Has Edna returned from the grave to visit the inn to ensure it operates according to her high standards? Or could it be she left such an indelible mark on this place that people still feel her presence here more than 8 decades after her death?
Executive producer Johanna Elliott, supervising producer Jennifer Como, series director Donna Davies, hosts Mark Joly and Laura Warren, director of photography Mark Hammond, integrated described video consultant Ron Rickford, development and production executive Andrew Morris, director programming AMI TV Brian Perdue, vice president content development and programming John Melville, president and CEO David Arrington, Ocean Entertainment Limited.
Produced in association with AMI.